Outerwear company Patagonia cut off a resort that hosted a fundraiser headlined by Marjorie Taylor Greene, former Trump White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and of course Jim Jordan. So now Patagonia confirmed last Tuesday that it would no longer sell to this resort in Jackson Hole, which happens to be its largest single customer in that area. So they sell like ski gear. This is a resort in Jackson Hole, and they're like, no, we're not going to sell to you anymore because you hosted this fundraiser with some truly awful people. In fact, the move came after Jay Kemmerer, one of the resort's owners, co-hosted a fundraiser on August 5th, at a Jackson Hole hotel for the House Freedom Caucus. Admission to the event cost a minimum of $2,000 per couple. Apparently, Patagonia not too keen on the idea of supporting the House Sedition Caucus. As noted, those three have parroted the former president's false claims of election fraud and have been panned by conservation groups for their abysmal environmental records. None of them, of course, believe doing anything about climate change, which happens to be something that Patagonia, or at least the owners, seem to care about. Now, Patagonia and the caucus also diverge on social priorities like voting rights, advocacy for minorities and disadvantaged people, according to their widely reported public positions. So this is interesting because we actually have a company here that's saying, oh no, I'm not comfortable with doing business with people who are trying to destroy the country and the environment. Kind of sucks. So yeah, we're not in favor of that. Okay. Now, Patagonia says their decision centered on our, quote, really strong commitment of using both of our business and our brand to advocate for our strong priorities. This is Corley Kenna, head of communications and policy at Patagonia, and added, quote, when there's a misalignment on that, well, then we take action. Now, the resort came back and said, well, no, we are very committed to environmental action. In fact, the resort itself is trying to separate itself from Kemmerer's politics. Members of the corporation board published an opinion piece in the local paper touting the company's own environmental priorities and its commitment to the community and guests and the welcoming of a diversity of views. I'm going to get to that because that is some corporate speak. Patagonians can acknowledge that they had a long and strong relationship with the workers and the management team at Jackson Hole Mountain Resort, if not Kemmerer himself. So now, a lot of companies put out like BS PR stuff. Oh, we care about the environment. We care about Black lives. We're against attempted sedition for our government. And then they funnel money to Republicans or Republican groups or PACs. And so we happen to know that they're full of crap. I mean, there's a lot of companies that were caught donating to the Sedition Caucus, to people that voted against the certification of the election in 2020. And so those companies we know are full of crap because they don't actually stand behind the things that they say. They put out this BS. But there are good companies out there. Ben & Jerry's is a good company. And apparently now Patagonia are actually trying to do some positive things. And that's incredibly rare, but good to see. Climate change is a gigantic problem. So are Republicans who don't agree, who don't believe in climate change. And look, if you enjoy skiing, you might not want to encourage more climate change and sea level rise or temperature rise, because you might not have anywhere to go skiing anymore. I'm just saying, I kind of ruin your business here. But again, when you cut off your biggest customer and say, we're doing this because you are hosting terrible people and that is against our mission, well, that's a good thing. And I hope this goes to, tell this resort, hey, next time you try to host terrible people and actually help terrible people raise a bunch of money, well, maybe you shouldn't do that in the future. And then we'll reinstate our business with you. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel.
by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.